Hey, welcome back to Letspeak-AI News. Today we've got something insightful to dive into. The art of human connection, indispensable professions. The art of human connection, indispensable professions. We're living in a strange paradox. On paper, we're more connected than at any point in history. Your phone can light up with messages from 3 continents in less than a second. Your social feeds are never-ending rivers of voices. But ask people how they feel, and you'll hear the other side. Lonely, unseen, yearning for something more genuine. Technology has given us supercharged communication, but in the process, it's also made the quiet ache of isolation harder to ignore. And now, with artificial intelligence sliding deeper into daily life, rating drafts, editing photos, spitting out business strategies in seconds, we're facing the next twist in this story. Efficiency? Machines have that covered. But what about the warmth of genuine understanding, or the resonance of being truly heard? That's not a coding problem. That's human territory, and it matters more now than ever. This isn't about painting robots as villains or staging a sci-fi nightmare. The point here is subtler, and maybe more urgent. Reclaiming what makes us human. The heartbeat between words, the spark behind creativity, the trust that lives in silence. While algorithms can predict and deepfakes can fabricate, no program has cracked the code of presence. Just look at the cultural moment we're in. The rise of deepfakes has created an odd tension where video can't always be trusted. Authenticity suddenly feels rare, almost luxurious. That makes empathy, trust, and shared experience even more valuable. AI can sort through a terabyte of medical scans in minutes. But when life throws you loss or fear, you don't want analysis, you want connection. Therapists, counselors, and social workers live at the heart of this. Their work isn't about plugging symptoms into a chart. It's about slowly, carefully building trust, often over months or years. That bond is irreplaceable, and it's one reason the numbers are skyrocketing. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects mental health-related jobs to grow much faster than the average occupation over the next decade. Substance abuse, behavioral disorder, and mental health counselors alone are expected to increase by 18% between 2022 and 2032, opening roughly 42,000 positions every single year. That's not a niche market. That's a workforce expanding to meet a need that can't be automated away. And the economics tell the same kind of story. The U.S. behavioral health market was valued at approximately $87.8 billion in 2024 and is projected to reach $132.4 billion by 2032. Well, that's a compound annual growth rate of just over 5%. Drill down into behavioral therapists specifically, and the industry pulled in $28.5 billion in 2024, growing at nearly 10% annually in recent years. Those aren't just numbers. They're proof that empathy itself is in demand. Education paints the same picture. Sure, an AI can explain a math formula or summarize a history lesson, but teaching isn't just information transfer. It's about sparking curiosity, nudging confidence after a failure, and spotting talent before it even blossoms. That's the kind of mentorship that shapes futures. Machines can hand you the facts, but they can't ignite belief. Healthcare drives it home even further. Robots can assist in surgery, yes. AI can help catch subtle patterns in scans, but patients rarely remember the software. What they remember is the nurse who saw the tremor in their hand and asked if they were scared, or the doctor who pulled up a chair instead of standing over them with a clock in their head. Healing isn't just biology. It's about trust, reassurance, and the relief that comes with being understood. And then there are the professions where empathy meets creativity head-on. Performing arts, for instance. An AI can generate melodies, even mimic an artist's style. Still, the energy of a live performance, the quiver in a singer's voice, the hush of an audience holding its breath, those moments are human fingerprints. That's why people still pay to fill concert halls and theaters. They're not just buying sound, they're buying spirit. The same is happening with artisans and craftspeople. In a world drowning in mass production, handmade goods are finding new life. Market data support this. The global arts and crafts market is expected to grow from nearly $48 billion in 2025 to over $87 billion by 2035. Zoom out further, and the global handicraft sector was worth $739.9 billion in 2024, projected to climb past $983 billion by 2030. That's a nearly 5% annual growth rate in a world obsessed with automation. Why? Because people want the touch of human intention. A wooden chair with visible grain, a ceramic mug with the potter's thumbprint. Those so-called imperfections are signatures of authenticity. Even professions like community organizing and mediation depend on uniquely human skills. Bridging divides isn't a process you automate. It's conversations, sometimes heated, sometimes fragile, where understanding is coaxed into existence. No data set resolves conflict between families, neighbors, or cultures. That's human work, built on patience, nuance, and trust. So, where does all this leave us in an AI-saturated future? Ironically, it pushes us back toward being human-centric. As more technical tasks shift to machines, human ingenuity and empathy take center stage. This doesn't mean rejecting technology. It means leaning into the qualities that make us indispensable. That's why the so-called soft skills aren't soft at all anymore. Active listening, emotional intelligence, critical thinking, these are hard skills now, the ones that set you apart. And it's not just about attending a workshop once. It's about embracing lifelong learning, cultivating empathy, curiosity, and creativity as ongoing practices. Because those qualities aren't just valuable for careers. They're the essence of resilience, the reason communities endure. Think about it. Anyone can be replaced in a purely functional task, but the ability to connect, to inspire, to help someone else find strength they didn't know they had, that's irreplaceable. It's the heartbeat of society itself. We're not heading into a future where humans fade into the background. We're heading into a chapter where connection is the premium currency. Machines will handle the calculations, humans will carry the meaning. And in that balance, the art of being indispensable isn't going anywhere. So let the algorithms hum in the background. Let them process and optimize. But when it comes to the part of life that matters most, being seen, being heard, being understood, that will always be the art of being human. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe now to this channel if you enjoyed the content. See you at the next one.